做庙哈，等伊都搞啊吵。好噻。
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, today will actually be our last health talk of the year. And today we'll be sharing all about osteoporosis, and we have invited staff nurse Nadia and staff nurse Amira to share with us more about today's topic. So if you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat box, or actually keep your questions all the way until our Q&A session. Okay. All right, I'll pass the time over to Nadia and AZ. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Felicia. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful lunch already, and thank you for joining us for today's health talk all about osteoporosis. Yeah. Okay, I am Amira. I'm the community nurse from SGH. I'm here with Nadia, who is also joining us for the health talk. Okay, let's go on. So today's topic, right? We're going to cover and discuss what is osteoporosis. We're going to say what is the incidence of osteoporosis in Singapore and worldwide. Who does it affect? What are the risk factors, signs and symptoms, and how to diagnose it? And what are some of the treatments available and how to prevent the osteoporosis? Okay, what is osteoporosis, right? Literally, that word means bones with holes. Okay, so it's a bone disease that occurs when bones lose minerals such as calcium more quickly than the body can actually replace them. So, and then the bones then become very less dense, and it loses strength and breaks more easily. It becomes so weak and brittle, right, that it actually can break through a very simple fall, or even when you bend over while coughing. That is a very severe case already lah. Okay, and then osteoporosis fractures, right? It usually occurs to around the hip bones, the wrist, your wrist, and your spine lah. Okay. Then these are some of the numbers in Singapore and worldwide that you can see. Over 200 million people are estimated to be diagnosed with osteoporosis. And then these people actually can have fracture in Singapore, like 5 folds. It has increased, like the number of fractures in Singapore increased 5 folds per 100,000 population in women, for women over 50 years and above lah. And these are some more of the numbers that you can see, some of the figures that you can see that is occurring in Singapore. Like for example, women who have menopause before the age of 45 are at higher risk of osteoporosis, and not only women, men also of the age above 65 are actually higher risk of osteoporosis lah. And most people, right, won't know that you have osteoporosis until a fracture actually happened lah. Why is that? We will discuss later. Okay, so many people actually ask nurses and doctors, who is actually more prone to having osteoporosis? Does anybody have an idea who is more prone to having osteoporosis? Anyone? Oh, Daisy, you say skinny people. Oh, yes. Why do you think skinny people is more prone to having osteoporosis? Perhaps you can tell us why. Okay, I see. So you are having osteoporosis yourself lah. All right, I see. Okay, let's move on. So actually, she is not wrong. Skinny people are more prone. They have higher risk of having osteoporosis, and we will explain why lah. Okay. Yeah. So if you can see here, right, actually 1 in 3 women over 50 years old will experience osteoporosis fracture, and then 1 in 5 men experience the fracture as well. And although we say that women actually is more affected by osteoporosis, right, there has been increasingly numbers seen in the diagnosed in men as well, and men tend to actually suffer from more disability and possible death after a fracture, because it happens in their later years lah. And then yeah, so woman, why we say woman actually is more prone is because it happens mostly, osteoporosis happens mostly for women after the menopause because of the sudden decrease in estrogen hormone. And estrogen hormone is actually known to protect women against osteoporosis because it plays a very important role in the growth and protection of the bone. So when menopause happens, there's a decrease of the estrogen hormones, then it causes the bone loss. That's why women tend to be more prone for osteoporosis. Okay, and here are some of the risk factors that can contribute to osteoporosis. So if you are aged above 50 years old, and surprisingly, Asians actually are more prone to osteoporosis because of the diet that we are taking. And it is known that it is research that actually Asians have consumed less calcium in their diets. And that's why they tend to have more osteoporosis. And then also women who have experienced early menopause before the age of 45 actually increases the risk of them getting osteoporosis due to the lack of estrogen in their body at an earlier age. Also, if you have a family history of osteoporosis, this is also can contribute. And if you have a small bone structure, which Daisy had mentioned, right? Skinny people, it's actually because of the small bones structure. It can contribute to the risk. And then also, if you have certain illnesses that, like for example, hypothyroidism, any rheumatic conditions, right? It actually increases the risk of you having osteoporosis. And also, if you already have a low bone mass and decreased bone density, also if you have previous non-violent fractures meaning you not from car accident, that kind of thing, is like from a standing position, like you slip and fall from a slippery floor, that kind of thing. Okay, and if you drink too much alcohol also, it will increase the risk factors of you having osteoporosis, because consuming alcohol actually weakens the bones in several ways, and it causes them to become brittle. Smoking as well. Too much smoking obviously will decrease your bone density. And then if you are taking certain medications such as corticosteroids, and it can lead to a lot of bone loss. And also if you lead sedentary lifestyle, you lack of exercise, it actually affects your body regulations, and it can make your bones weaker as well. Okay, and of course, if you take consume less calcium in your diet lah. So earlier, I think I said most people don't know that they have osteoporosis, right? And why, right? So it's actually a silent disease, because it has no specific pain or symptoms. And so some of the signs that you can look up for are such as like receding gums, if you have decreased strength in your grips, you have weak and brittle nails, you have cramps and muscle ache over your legs and everything, and you have height loss. Okay, what I mean by height loss is not that you grow shorter lah, It's more like, for example, your body posture, suddenly you keep slouching forward and you can't straighten it up any longer. So that's what that's what I meant by height loss lah. And if you do have any of these signs that you see and you suspect that you may have osteoporosis, it's always good to consult your doctor. And how does your doctor actually diagnose osteoporosis? So after you're consulting your doctors, right, they will likely to ask you a lot of medical history questions, your family history questions. They will perform clinical examinations. They will carry out urine, blood tests. They will also order some x-rays, and they will definitely order this one test called bone mineral density test. And what is that? It is done to measure your a person's bone mineral density lah. Okay, it's just a painless scan. It will take about 15 to 30 minutes each time, and it's something like X-ray, but it just use lesser radiation. Yeah. And how do we go about treating osteoporosis? So osteoporosis actually the treatment actually depends on your age, the stage of your disease, and the risk of your fracture lah. So that's why the doctor actually will order for you the bone mineral density test to check at what stage you are and how much of a risk you are at for the fracture. Okay, and if you are at the early stage of osteoporosis, right, you might not need to take in any medications. It may just require lifestyle changes, such as focusing on your nutrition and exercising to strengthen your bones and prevent the bone loss. And if you are at the later stage and you have higher risk of fractures, right, on top of all the lifestyle modifications, on top of the lifestyle modifications, you may be prescribed with medications such as the biphosphonates. And then for men, right, if you are found to have lower deficiency in testosterone, the doctor also may prescribe testosterone replacement for part of the treatment. Now I will pass on to Nadia to continue with the other slides.
Hi, thank you, Izzy. So that was a very, very wonderful sharing on the introduction of osteoporosis and its treatment. So my next question for all of you, can osteoporosis be prevented? You can unmute yourself to answer the question, or you can type in the chat box. Do you think it can be prevented? Any takes? Okay, it's okay. I will share with you on. No, it cannot be prevented from Daisy. I have a very supportive support from Daisy and Christina. Oh, can. Okay. Christina, why you say can?
Actually, I am very skinny, and I was I have osteoporosis. After I've taken about 5 years medicine, but I also don't understand up to now. The doctor told me I can stop taking medicine. He just prescribed to me the calcium and the vitamin D pills. And I guess because I started to exercise almost every day. I think this helped a lot. But I will have another appointment next year.
Thank you for the sharing. Yes, very good answer. So I think when you experience it yourself, you have a better idea what the condition means. So that's right. So actually osteoporosis can be prevented. So I'll be sharing with you on 10 ways to protect your bones and prevent from osteoporosis. So this 10 component is mainly lifestyle, diet, and exercise. So 3 main things. The branch should be stemming to these 3 main things lah. So these are an overview on how you actually can protect your bones and prevent osteoporosis. So one of which is by focusing on eating more calcium and vitamin rich food, have a balanced diet. So when you have a balanced diet, naturally it includes the component of high calcium and vitamin D, and you cut down on salty food. And then when you talk about exercise, meaning you do weight bearing and strengthening exercise to improve your balance and also flexibility. And this will eventually help you to maintain a healthy weight. And then when you talk about lifestyle, it means that you limit your alcohol intake, cut down smoking or try not to smoke if it's possible, meaning to try to go for smoking cessation. And then moderate your intake of caffeinated drinks, which all this I will go through more in details in the subsequent slides. So let's zoom into the various categories. So number 1, eat enough calcium and vitamin D. So I think generally all in the Zoom all quite young, all like 18 and below. Okay, I said 18. So basically, right, for those 65 and above should at least eat 700 milligram of calcium a day. This will be good sources of calcium, mainly include milk, cheese, certain vegetables such as leafy green vegetables, and calcium fortified foods such as juices, cereals, and bread. So I think my colleague mentioned earlier that generally Asians, our diet don't include much of this lah. Usually will be the European side, they will have more cheese, in their diet. So we have to take this as a additional amount in order to maintain that calcium intake a day. And then our body needs to absorb the calcium. In order to absorb the calcium, we need vitamin D. Anyone know where vitamin D come from? Let's make a wild guess. Where do you think vitamin D come from? Every time we complain, very hot, very hot. But we need this.
From the sun.
Yes, Irene, fantastic. It's from the sun, correct. So we need, as you can see, okay, so you need a substantiate amount of sun a day lah, every day. Doesn't mean like you have to stand in the sun the whole day, no. But of course, put sunscreen on your face before you go under the sun, okay? So you need to have that sun to help you with calcium absorption. So actually you need a bit of the ultraviolet light to actually help you to absorb the calcium. So next part is I'm going to talk about a balanced diet. So what does it mean to have a balanced diet, especially in this Asian context with regards to our day-to-day food? Yeah, so eating a balanced diet is very important so that you get enough phosphorus and other minerals like magnesium, vitamin K, B6, and B12, which are important for essential healthy bones. These include diets such as skim milk powder, low-fat milk to soups, smoothies, milkshakes, sauces. Choose bread and cereal and juices that are fortified with calcium, meaning they have additional calcium. I think certain bread like Gardenia, they have the Hokkaido milk bread. Not saying like you have to eat that every day, but you can maybe once in a while you can change. Yeah. And then like maybe you have high protein diet, meaning eat more sufficient protein intake to maintain your bone mass density for skeletal metabolism. So meaning, right, you don't take too much of acidic foods. So meaning that's why having a balanced diet is important. When I say about balanced diet, meaning you follow the healthy plate concept, right? Meaning you have one portion of protein, one portion of fruits and fruits, 2 portion, and vegetable, 1 portion a day. So if you follow that, you will not be missed out from, you'll not be deficiting of your calcium. So on top of that, you have like, for those I think might not like the taste of milk or have lactose intolerance, there are other calcium substitutes such as you have more leafy vegetables, broccoli, any vegetables that is green color, very green, take it. So it have a substantial amount of calcium inside, have protein. So it's not just focused on just calcium, but a series of vitamins that can help with calcium absorption also. For instance, like your salmon, your juices, and then your poultry, and then your lentils or small blocks of bean curd. So this helps to increase calcium intake. How about like taqwa? Have you heard of taqwa? Also have enough calcium intake to help, especially for those who are vegetarian. Yeah, so doesn't mean like, oh, I cannot take meat, you know, then meaning my calcium intake just stops there. No, there are other alternatives to that. You just have to have a variety of it. Okay, so how about prevention tips on alcohol intake? So these are under lifestyle. Christmas coming around the corner only, yeah? So let's party, yeah? So remember, at the end of my slide, remember, last time I said you must limit your alcohol intake. So on that day only can have 2 glasses. So it helps, it's very important to actually limit your alcohol intake because it actually it limits the absorption of the calcium. So hence the recommended is 2 drinks a day or less. So not only alcohol, but caffeinated drinks. I love coffee. I think most of you love coffee and tea. Keep it to 2 to 3 cups a day because caffeinated drink actually will reduce the ability for your body to absorb calcium. So it leaches the calcium from the bones lah. So try to, not to say that you cannot, you can, but limit it to 2 to 3 cups a day. Okay. And then next will be cutting down on salty food because eating too much calcium can inhibit the absorption of the calcium in the body. Why? How come it can impede? Because when the calcium is being eliminated, meaning it's being removed from the body, it will bring the calcium along. When the salt, right, when the sodium is being eliminated from the body, it will take the calcium with them. So how do you cut down on this salty food? So let's say when you go out and eat, right, you try not to take the gravy. I know the gravy is the best thing. I know it's very difficult, but we can cut down, you know, like try not to take the gravy so much, you know, when you eat the, let's say, rice with instead side dishes, try to limit the gravy, meaning like the curry or the sauce, because the sauce will have a lot of sodium. Yeah, very rich in sodium, also can contribute to hypertension. And then when you cook, cut down on your salt intake also. Yeah, reduce the amount of salt, or you can substitute to a low sodium salt. Okay, next, osteoporosis and exercise. So just now one of you guys mentioned, right, like how you exercise and then it actually improve. Yes, actually exercise itself have a lot of benefit. So what kind of exercise are you looking at? Do any sorts of exercise. Weight bearing and strengthening exercise will help to improve your balance and flexibility. And then eventually you will maintain a healthy weight for you. So this exercise itself will help you in these 2 main components, which is to improve your balance and flexibility and maintain a healthy weight. So what do you mean by that? If you look at the next slide, I'll talk about like how do weight bearing and strengthening exercise help? Because if you engage in a regular weight bearing, you do it at least 3 times a week, meaning you are recommended by Ministry of Health is to do at least 150 minutes a week. If you find that 150 minutes a week per session is about 50 minutes is a bit long, a bit tiring, you can cut down to bite size, maybe like about 20 minutes a day, so meaning you do 5 times a week. If you find it so long, cannot, I so long never exercise, then suddenly you ask me to do exercise, then try to start with walking, brisk walking. It helps. Brisk walking is considered a strengthening exercise. Walk for you, all of you, I'm sure you like window shopping, right? Christmas around the corner, go down to Orchard and go through from Ion, all the way you walk down until Takashimaya. So all the way down until Somerset MRT station. I think it's going to be quite a walk. Yeah, so try to walk, because actually this will help to strengthen your muscle and it will make your bone more stronger and denser. So the likelihood of you falling down is very low, or like at least like if you fall, you won't break as much. You get what I mean? You won't sustain a very bad fracture. Yeah. So to strengthen our bones, try weightlifting. So if you are thinking about weightlifting, of course, certain I think activity hub, they have like a gym tonic, that kind of thing. They have I think therapists who can advise you further, or you can consult the nurses if let's say you're being enrolled, or the doctors, like a certain suitable exercise using elastic bands, or those who cannot do high impact exercise, try low impact exercise, which I suggested earlier, like walking, simple low aerobic exercising using on cross training machines or alternative. I think around the HDB estate also there's a lot of fitness corner. I think now a lot of upgrading in progress, so whereby the government actually introduces, like they have like very nice fitness corner. So they have like those simple weightlifting area whereby it's quite safe. So you actually can adjust the intensity. Yeah, so you can try to explore your environment and look for the fitness corner and try to do your exercise, okay? And osteoporosis and exercise, it helps to improve your balance and flexibility. Yes, definitely. So when your flexibility is improved, the risk is also reduced. Yeah, so I'm sure Tai Chi is quite common among all of you. Yeah, maybe all of you have been doing Tai Chi every day. So Tai Chi, Pilates, and yoga, it improves your balance and flexibility. So please carry on. Those who are doing it, good job. Those who have not started, you should consider. And from all these that I've shared earlier, when you start to exercise now, generally, you will maintain a healthy weight. So having a low body weight increases the risk of osteoporosis, but having a normal weight is beneficial for health, and it reduces other illnesses such as chronic conditions such as heart disease, hypertension, diabetes. So actually, exercise does not just help you with osteoporosis, but it also have other general health benefits. So why not exercise? Can start slow, okay, gradually. And this topic, no smoking. A lot of people don't like me to talk about this topic. Every time the doctor and the nurse were like, you must stop smoking. Why smoking have a lot of negativity? Is because smoking itself will increase bone loss by reducing the absorption of the calcium in our body. So that's why we advocate for smoking cessation. So if you are considering to stop smoking and you find it very difficult, you can talk to the doctor. They can actually assign you or like refer you for smoking cessation program to help you through your journey. Okay. And last but not least, my prevention tip is that all of us will lose some of height as we get older. Just now my colleague mentioned earlier, right, about becoming like when you lost of height, it's not that you become shorter, but actually you're slouching more. Yeah, it's because of your bone condition, or your body posture. So if you notice that you lose 6 centimeter or more, it means that you have high chance of having osteoporosis. So it is very important to take note. So I mean, I don't think so all of us check our height as frequent as we check our weight, right? Weight is quite easy to check compared to height. So I strongly advocate all of you to check around your community center, senior activity center, whether they have any screening programs, functional screening program. Because usually all these programs they will check height and weight. Yeah. So from there you can trace and take note lah. You record in your phone or in your diary somewhere of your height. Okay, this year what's my height, next year, like maybe at least 6 months once you check your height. So just to know of a gauge what's your baseline. Yeah. So if you notice this, suddenly you lose like more about 6 cm or more, then it's advisable. I strongly encourage to go and see the doctor so they can do further investigation just to check whether you really have osteoporosis or is it just other conditions. Okay, I think with that, my last question for you guys would be, is there a cure for osteoporosis? Do you think there's a cure for osteoporosis? No, DC Lim said no. How about the rest? Do you think there's a cure for osteoporosis? Maybe there is, Do you think? Okay, it's okay if you get it wrong. Don't worry. This is not exam question.
Hi. May I ask you? I'm Christina. Since the doctor asked me no need to take medicine, does it mean that I'm cured?
Okay. If it's inherited, do you think there's a cure? Daisy, no, I don't think so. Okay, so Christina posed a very good question. So actually the answer to this question is no. Yes, there's no cure for osteoporosis, but there's treatment for it. Meaning you maintain that level of bone mass that you have. Let's say your bone is very osteoporotic, meaning there's very hollow and then very high risk of getting fracture and fall. But with the medication, it actually support your bone. It doesn't get worse. Like it kind of stop the process from getting worse, and then it maintain the process. Yeah. So when your doctor asks you to stop taking medication, I'm guessing they must have been doing like yearly check investigation to follow up to make sure that it doesn't go down below the normal level. Your own bone density test. So this is a very good question. And if it's inherited, do you think there is a cure? If it's inherited, that's when the doctor will assess you, like my colleague went through earlier. They will assess you on your physical condition, and then you go through a series of tests and investigation. Then they can advise you further. Is it for lifestyle change or you have to be started on medication? But not to worry, prevention is of course better than cure. If you actually try to make some simple lifestyle changes, it can be prevented from you getting worse from the osteoporosis becoming worse. Any other questions? So our next health talk will be in January. It will be in Mandarin. So today's session usually is alternating with the same topic in English and in Mandarin. So it'll be somewhere in January. Tentatively is 9 Jan. Yeah, but we will confirm again. Radin must confirm with you guys again. Any other questions? Yeah. So we've come to the end of the sharing session. So I'm open to questions.
If you don't mind, I just share how I feel.
Yeah, sure.
I just feel happy. I don't know whether overconfident. I just feel that I'm okay. And I really enjoy exercise. Last time, I'm not a person like exercise, but I really feel now I don't know why, I just feel happy. So I say thank you to you, and I seem like itching will cause a lot of sickness like this. I I don't know whether I'm in the position. I really encourage all the dear people in this platform try to exercise. We might at first don't like on no patience, but when we start to make it a habit, really help. And not only I believe that can improve our health, but also happy. Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christina. That is a very that is quite true. Exercises has very many benefits to your health, and then because it also improves blood circulations, and it produces a lot of different hormones, happy hormones actually, and then that's why you can feel happy as well, generally. And then we do have a question from David, and he in the chat asking whether we can't reverse the condition even with treatment. We can only stop deterioration of our bone structure. Yes, that's right. There is no reversing of the condition. So meaning there's no cure to osteoporosis once you have the diagnosis. However, as we said, if you are at a lower risk or the earlier stage of osteoporosis, you just require lifestyle modification in terms of your diet and your exercises to strengthen your bone and maintain the calcium density minerals inside your bones. And if you are at the higher stage and higher risk of the osteoporosis then or fracture, that's when the doctors may prescribe to you medications to help you with the deterioration and then sometimes what Christina said, the doctors actually help her to say that she can stop her medications, probably because they look at the levels of calcium absorption in her body, her density, that she does not require any more further medications that needs the calcium absorption to help her absorb the calcium inside her bones. So that's why I believe the doctor stopped it. But otherwise, osteoporosis is a chronic condition which there's no cure yet. Who knows, in the future there might be, we don't know. But at the present moment, yes, we cannot reverse the condition at the moment. Just maintain and stop deterioration. That's all. And prevent complications such as the fracture. Any further questions that you would have?
May I ask whether I'll be able to attend this talk again? The thing is, I should say I sort of forgot about the meeting I'm supposed to have today. Then because I was very tired, right after lunch I went to sleep, and then I just woke up when I went in at 2:45. I think you already ended the thing. So is it possible to, watch this video again? I noticed that you record the video. So is it possible to watch?
Hey, hi Julie. I will answer this. I'll take over this question. Hey, hi Julie. Yes. Actually, we also have Radima Silver Click Facebook page. It's actually doing live right now. So once this health talk ends, you can actually head over to the Silver Click Facebook. Do you have a Facebook account?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So you can actually search for Silver Click Radimas.
Silver Click.
Yes, correct. So this is the program that they are actually running. The Silver Click.
Silver Click. CLICK, is it?
Silver SILVER. Click CLICK.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I will so you can actually watch all the previous records over there as well, and also other of their programs that they actually recorded from Monday to Friday.
Okay, so today is about osteoporosis. Do I need to search osteoporosis or something like that?
I don't think so. It should be the first few videos you will see, because the Facebook should usually go by dates itself. So this is the latest video.
Yeah, so maybe later I go into Facebook, I click, I should be able to see, right?
Yes.
Should be able to watch. Okay, yes. Thank you so much.
No problem, Jenny.
Sorry, I missed it. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Okay, before we end off, and if there's no further question, I just like to introduce to you that this is where I'm working at right now. We are from SGH, and we are the Sing Health Community Nursing Program Southeast site. And if you are following, if you stay near the following area and keen to find out more about us, you can call us or email us at this number. Okay, we are operating Mondays to Friday, 9 to 4 p.m. Of course, excluding public holiday lah. Yeah, and if you do want to find out more from us and things, we also have, if you can Google us, right, we also have a website lah. Yeah, you just type in Sing Health Community Nursing Southeast, then it will find out it will lead you to our website as well. Yeah. Before we end off, do any one of you have any further question? Last questions?
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
may I know, is there anybody that make a survey? How serious is this osteoporosis in our community?
There has been multiple research around that is being done of course, not only in Singapore but as well as in worldwide so that's why there's the numbers that you see earlier, like the one that I show you, the incidence slide on how many people, like one in 3 women can get osteoporosis, fractures and everything like that. Yeah, so there is research being done regarding osteoporosis.
Any percentage?
Sorry?
Any percentage?
Yeah. Hi, Irene. So you actually can check online. So it's actually available in Google, or you can just search on Singapore osteoporosis. That it's quite common in Singapore. 1 in every 3 women have osteoporosis for above 50 years old. So we have a research paper publicized. So it's in Asia. So Singapore have quite common. Osteoporosis is quite common. 1 in every 3 women actually get osteoporosis. Yeah. So that's why prevention is better than cure. I shared with you on the 10 prevention, which I categorize under lifestyle, diet, and exercise. So I hope at the end of this session, from the 10 points, you can actually pick up 1 or 2. Try to start with 1 and hopefully you can maintain it. But of course, you can always, if let's say for those who actually missed out on the sharing earlier, you can go back to the Facebook and then you can look through the video again. Yeah. So I hope I answered your question, Miss Irene.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So one last question from David. What about calcium and vitamin D supplements? Do you recommend? So I'm not sure what's the background is like. So for those who does not have osteoporosis but who you would like to maintain, so actually calcium and vitamin D supplement do help. If you want to take naturally, of course, like milk lah, dairy product, cheese, then vitamin D, you just go out in the sun and maybe about, 10-20 minutes good sunlight amount is sufficient for you. But if you want to take additional, also is not wrong. But of course, I think there's no contraindication in taking, but it's good to just check with your doctor, or if you have any healthcare person who is looking after you, it's good to check in with them, because you might have other conditions that certain medication might have an interaction with calcium, because certain calcium tablet, depending on what kind of, like my colleague shared earlier, certain biphosphate cannot take with certain medication, or you must take it with food. So the nurse or the doctor can advise you further. But of course, it's good. There's no harm in taking additional supplement. You can start naturally first, and then if you feel that you want to take additional, there's no harm in that. Yeah. Any last question before we end the session?
Which topic will you cover in the next session? So the next session on the coming January, right, it will be this topic, but it's in Mandarin. And then after that, it will be a different topic, I believe, which will be introduced later lah. Yeah.
Hey David, let me answer that also. So like what my colleague shared, Easy shared. So in 9 Jan, you will actually be in the Mandarin version of osteoporosis, and then moving forward, the next Monday is actually by our colleague NTUC Health. So their topic will be becoming smarter in making healthy habits. So I think it comes aligned with it when Lunar New Year is coming next. So they will be sharing more about how can you eat healthy, how can you eat smarter to actually be having a balanced diet, and then to actually make yourself feel happier by having a mindful eating. Yes, so actually on that, I will also share a link in a short while to actually for you to take a look, and then look for to actually sign up for our upcoming health talk as well, using the link that I'll be sharing in a short while. And also for those who are actually joining us on the 24th of December, this Christmas Eve, I believe Gary earlier had shared they have this Radima Silver Click anniversary on 24th of December. So for those who are actually coming down to Radimas on that day, we do have a booth there as well in the afternoon. So we will be sharing more about our upcoming health talk as well, and also our nursing program. So if you are keen and you are staying near Telok Blangah area, Radimas area, do pop by and we can actually say hi, and we can actually finally see all of you face to face as well. Yes, and once again, thank you, Izzy and Nadia, for the sharing of osteoporosis today. Will there be any last question? Or otherwise, maybe you can get Gary to actually share the QR code for the passion card collection first. Then if you have any questions, we might be able to answer you along the way as well. Okay, thank you, David. And thank you, SGH, and saying have a happy holiday season. Thank you, and we wish all of you a happy holidays as well. And do remember to actually be mindful of what you eat during this season, and what Nadia and AZ has shared. Do exercise as well to actually maintain a balanced diet and a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so for those, I think Harry shared the QR code for the passion card, so I think you may actually scan to collect the points.
Thank you very much.
I mean, this is a code for the points. Hello?
Hello, yes, this is actually to actually earn some passion points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have a passion card member, then I think you can scan to actually earn points. I know previously when it was a face-to-face session, you always scan your passion card, right? But then now I think there's a lot of virtual talks as well. So I think they did a QR code for you to actually earn points.
Okay, thank you. But then I'm using my phone, it's quite hard for me to scan. So I don't know.
You can screenshot the QR code and scan later.
Yeah, I need to take a screenshot and scan
Yeah.
later. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think I took already. Let me check. Yeah.
Okay, I have just shared a link as well for those who would like to find out more for our upcoming health talk next year. Yeah, actually save the link in the chat box.
Okay.
Then you can actually we will update on a monthly basis to let you know what is our latest health talk available with the silver click, and then you can
Okay.
actually register yourself from there.
Okay, can I have the link again? Because I went to see my gallery, and when I came back, I didn't see the link.
Okay, the link is actually at the chat box itself.
Oh, in the chat box. Oh,
Yes, correct, correct.
Go to chat box to click. Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry, Julie. I think we have your phone number as well, and you usually send out a monthly marketing as well through SMS. So actually you can sign up from us from there as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I managed to screenshot it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Yes, you too.
That's the end, right?
Yes, we have ended. If you have no further questions, then
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank
And
you.
have a good holiday.
Thank you,
thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.